Hey, Chris, how are you? How's everyone doing today? Facts, I appreciate you so much. Hey, Chris, how are you? How's everyone doing today? Facts, I appreciate you. I did not mean to have that echo. That birthday book is crazy. It's crazy. The birthday book is crazy. I think the fact that they're trying to wiggle their way out of what's happening is even more interesting. Um, but that's the right. That's the right. That's absolutely the right. Just an FYI, this is not a debate. This is not a debate. I'm not here to debate. If anyone is coming in and they're thinking that this is sparring, it's not. It's not sparring. It's not late nights. It's not brunch with my creator. Dang it, did not mean to do that. What this is though, is this is me getting something off my chest, saying something. Hey, Keith. And something that I absolutely want to and will talk about. So let me just make sure that I'm live over here first. Hey, Avatar. Hey, Jessica. Jessica, thank you for being here. I definitely want you to be here like that. Hey, for this. Hey, Granny. Hey, Yaya. I want to talk about something that's really important, and we're going to get into it in just a moment. And if you look up at the top, right, the background says accountability. Let's talk about it, right? And there is something super important that I want to talk about. Hey, Shannon over on the tube. Make sure we are set here. Guys, if you don't mind, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It'll help boost the live, push us out to the FYP, get more people in here. Right? So we got about 200 people here. Got about 200 people here. And I want to get into it. All right? Because there's something that I desperately want to talk about. So first and foremost, I want to start with this here. Boom. I want to start with, actually, let me get my backup up. I want to start with the video that's pinned on my page. There's a video pinned on my page. All right. And it's a 20-minute video. And I'm positive that not everyone watched it, or even if certain people watched it, not necessarily everyone watched the entire video, right? But I spent hours making that video yesterday. And the reason why I spent hours making that video yesterday is because that video was super important to me. The reason why it was super important to me is because I actually pride myself on a couple of things, right? I pride myself on having a wonderful community. Meg's not a good start. Just wait, it'll get better. I promise you. I pride myself on having a wonderful community, right? Now, one thing about my community that's different than most communities is that I cross pollinate across a lot of different communities, right? So you see me on Dean's Live, you see me on Parker's Live, you see me on Zeus's Live, you see me on Erica's Live, you see me on Facts Live, you see me on Doug's Live, you see me on Kiana's Live, you see me on who else? Carbon's Live. You see me across the board, right? And the wonderful thing about my community, it's a mixture of a couple of different things, right? I have a community that was created when I started doing late nights, right? Which late nights will be back next week. Super important. Late nights will be back next week. Everything is G to G, right? Late nights is my baby, right? And not only, it's not just my baby because that's where I started. And that's where like the roots of who I am and what I wanted to do, that's where it started. And the people that watch late nights and enjoy late nights, including, you know, my wife and my mom and Kay, they all love late nights for what it is. It's a conversation. It's respectful. It's a community, right? I'm sorry. How did I miss Swan? You're right. Swan as well. But then I started doing debates, and that's where sparring came in, right? So sparring, debates, Trump supporters, sometimes not Trump supporters, but it's a different kind of community, right? So my community is comprised of my core, people who found me through either my lives with late nights or my live with sparrings. Let's see here. Butterby 73. You said, "Where's the apology?" Oh, don't worry. I'm getting to it. Oh, I'm getting to it. Yes. With that being said, something, and I know it's on me, right? I know it's on me because I have not been able to really do late nights consistently for a while, right? And so a lot of people have only seen me debate. A lot of people have only seen me debate. And so with the people that only see me debate, they don't know the other stuff that we do, right? They don't know about the voter lives that we held, right? Whether it was lives that we've held about like how do we actually determine who's the right candidate for the left, right? How is this Trump administration going to impact multiple communities? We had back-to-back weeks where we talked about the impacts on different marginalized communities as far as this was before Trump was sworn in, but how is this administration going to impact women? How is this administration going to impact Black people? How is this how is this administration going to impact people with disabilities? How is this administration going to impact veterans? So we did that, right? And then after that, we've done multiple things. Most recently, we were doing intersectionality, right? Which is super important because not a lot of people understand intersectionality. Not a lot of people understand intersectionality and what that means and what that's about, right? Intersectionality is a big deal. So we specifically started with the base level, getting people to understand who they are, what they know, blah, 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 blah. And we build on that, right? We talked about how other communities are impacted when it comes to intersectionality. We talked about how the patriarchal system affects other people, all of it, right? So with that being said, late nights is super important, but there's a lot of people that only know me from sparring, and they also only know me from other communities, right? So I was on a live the other night, and I was speaking to a guy that was a racist. Now, not only was he a racist, but he was super homophobic, right? He was an absolute asshole. Absolute asshole. And for the people that know me, they know what I'm about. You guys know that I'm always down to clown. I'm here for the shits and the giggles, or the shiggles, right? Always down for it. So I made fun of someone. I made fun of them because I'm damn good at my jokes. And after dealing with this guy who not only multiple times threw homophobic slurs at me, not slurs, I'm sorry, homophobic tropes, who made sure to mention like, oh, Santana's on welfare. Oh, Santana doesn't know his dad. Oh, Santana, you're DEI. You're oppressed by the white man and you just want everyone to give everything to you, right? It was a whole thing. But you guys know me, I'm not sensitive. So like, yeah, went through it all, right? And then the next night, I was on my own live hosting, sparring. And as I'm hosting my own live, there's a bunch of people that came in and started spamming my chat. And with spamming my chat, they said, hey, take accountability for what you did. Take accountability for what you did. And I was like, what did I do? Because guys, don't get it wrong, I fuck up all the time. Not gonna hold you. Your boy Santana is good for a fuck up. So it doesn't surprise me when someone says, take accountability for what you did. And I was like, what did I do? I don't think I did anything. But there were multiple people that came in and they just kept spamming it. And then finally I was like, hey, someone get up here. I stopped the live in the middle of a debate with a guest. Stopped the live and I brought someone up and I said, hey, why are you spamming in my live? And I was pissed off because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what they were talking about. And even more than that, I didn't like how they were just like coming at me. I was in sparring mode and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I called someone up and they couldn't articulate what I actually did or what they wanted me to take accountability for. They didn't know, right? They didn't know. They knew something, but they didn't know it all. And maybe it was the fact that while I was live, there's about 1.2, 1.3 thousand people watching. And, it's tough being on live, so I get it. And I was like, hey, get it out. What's going on? Tell me what's happening. And they couldn't. But they said, hey, there's someone else in the request and they can explain it. I was like, okay, cool. You can go. I'll get this other person up. All right. So I brought the other person up and they told me, well, it's because of what you said to someone else on the live that you were on the night before. So the asshole that I was talking to, which I called nasally, and throughout the entire hour of that asshole being on live, I made jokes about crowdfunding for a neti pot, about a humidifier, about Mucinex, about his chest being filled up with coal, like all of it, right? And I also mocked his voice. I made a voice and I was trying to sound stuffy and trying to sound congested. That was what I was trying to do. Now, I was told that apparently I was partaking in ableism. And again, for anyone that knows me, you know I don't play those type of games. I don't take my community or other marginalized communities lightly. And once I was told that, I immediately said, oh shit, I fucked up. Right? And even more than that, I said, I need to address this. I need to address what I said. I need to clarify what was said. And even more, I need to apologize to people with disabilities. Because something that I said in the video, which again, there is a 20-minute video that's pinned on my page that took hours for me to make. Intent only matters to the person doing it, not the person that was impacted. And there seemed to be a growing group of people that were actually hurt by what I did. And that's never anything that I want to do. And I said, okay, I'll take accountability for it. Now, for the people spamming in the chat, that's not ableism. Yes, it is. It is. Now, I haven't finished reading up on it yet, so I can't give the full breakdown of it, but I am digging into it more. But basically, there is a type of ableism that occurs, and it was due to my ignorance. But there's a type of ableism that occurs when you actually mock a voice. And with mocking the voice, you open up the door to ableism. I was ignorant of it. I did not know. And since I know, that'll never happen again. Really simple for me. Super simple. And with me doing anything, if I unintentionally hurt someone, then I'm going to say I'm sorry. Because the one thing that I know for sure is that I'm not above saying sorry. I'm not above taking accountability. And I'm definitely not above admitting that I fuck up. Because again, your boy Santana, he fucks up. Now, the reason why I made that 20-minute video, and what's super interesting on the 20-minute video is because I started getting more feedback, right? I was told, well, not only were you being ableist, but you were being fat phobic. And I was like, oh shit. That's not something that I want to do. Even more so because something that most people don't know about me is at one point in my life, I almost weighed 500 pounds. When I graduated high school, I was about 320 pounds. And right after college, I was up to 480 pounds. I wore a size 64 jeans. And ever since then, right, I've done multiple things, right? I've lost a ton of weight. I've gained all the weight back. I got down from 480 pounds to 260 pounds. And then I got back up to 330 pounds. And then I got back down to 270 pounds. And I say all that to say my weight has fluctuated back and forth, up and down, right? And I was very personal in the video in showing the pictures, right? The pictures of when I weighed my most, the pictures of when I weighed the least and I looked kind of sick, the pictures of when I put on a bunch of muscle and I was super ripped, the pictures of me just looking like an average Joe, right? But I figured that, hey, I offended people. I had been classified as engaging in something that I never want to do, because I did make fun of the guy. I told him that it sounds like he had a McChicken stuck in the back of his throat, right? That was after he called me fat. He said, unlike your fat ass, I've done this and I've done that, not you. And so, yeah, I hurled a McChicken joke at him. But I opened up and I shared something not only that's personal to me, but something that I'm super proud of. right? My weight loss journey, like I said this to someone. It's the third thing that I'm most proud about in my life. The first and second thing, my wife and kids. The third thing is the amount of weight that I've lost. So I put that in a 20-minute video. I spent hours working on the video. I put the video out. And again, video is pinned on my page. And after I put that video out, apologizing to people with disabilities, because again, I never want to actually negatively impact anyone. That's never going to be my intentions, and that's never going to be something that I actually am too big to say like, hey, I fucked up. So I took accountability, I apologized, I shared, and I said that I was going to be better. Said that I was going to be better, right? And the reason why I said that I was going to be better is because while making this video, right, I snipped the video from the live that I was on, and I needed to actually use that video as a point of reference to prove the point of the guy that I was talking to being racist, the guy that I was talking to being homophobic, the guy that I was talking to actually being fat phobic. So I snipped the video, and while I was snipping the video, I had to add a lot of beeps in. I had to add a ton of beeps, right? Because I was cursing a lot. And so something in that video that I said was, I can't promise you that I'll be perfect, but I promise you I'll be better. And it's a promise that I made to my wife. It's a promise that I made to you all here in my community. But the promise is, maybe I'm not going to call people the B word so much. Maybe I'm not going to get as worked up as much, right? I think that's the point, to be a better example. And I'll do that. Again, I can't promise perfection, but I can definitely promise that I'll be better. All right. So I posted the video. And after I posted the video, I started engaging with people on the video, because there were some people that seemed to actually have like some really constructive feedback and some stuff that they wanted to tell me. And I was like, oh, I want to hear this. I want to talk about it. I want to engage with them. But then I noticed there were some trolls. Some people that were randomly just like saying, that's not enough. That's not enough. People were saying, oh, you didn't apologize. You need to do more. And I was like, oh, okay. And there was one troll that I specifically blocked, because I was like, you know what? I can actually take feedback. I can take accountability. But what I will not do is have a harmful troll engage as far as what's happening. And as the video stayed up, there started to be more and more comments. And oh, something that I forgot to mention, the person that I brought up on the live that I snapped on, I apologized to him in the video, right? That was the first thing that I did. The video that I posted, the first person that I apologized to was the person that I pulled up, right? The person that I pulled up, and I snapped on him. Like, I apologized, but then I reached out to the person in Discord as well. Which, for anyone who knows me, you guys know how much I hate Discord. You know how much I hate Discord. So I reached out to the person directly and I said, hey, I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have done that. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. There was more. I'm not going to say exactly what it was. But the person came back to me and said, I don't accept your apology. Not now. It's not enough. You should have came to me privately and apologized instead of actually saying anything in public. I'm not. We're good. I see that. I'm not. They came to me. They was like, you should have said it privately to me. I don't accept your apology, and you need to do this, that, and the third. I was like, wow. But then you know what I got a hold of? This is where it gets good. This is where it really gets good. Guess what your old buddy Santana got his grubby little mitts on? A Discord chat. Yeah. A Discord chat. And not just any Discord chat. A Discord chat that specifically, it was specifically a fuck Santana Discord chat. Right? The Discord chat talked about how they had been waiting for an opportunity to try to fuck me over because they didn't like me. They have been waiting for an opportunity for me to quote unquote slip up. They also made mention that, you know what? The apology that I gave that person wasn't good enough, and I should host a live. And their words exactly, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to call out the name, but I'm going to read this verbatim, right? Because I don't want to mince words. I don't want to mince words, right? The words were, Santana should go live on his knees, knees capitalized. Santana should go live on his knees begging for forgiveness. I was told that I should go live, or I'm sorry, I wasn't told that because, of course, they didn't actually say that to me. This was in that group chat that they were in, that I needed to go live on my knees begging for forgiveness. And then the person that I sent a direct message to, apologizing to, right? The person that I sent a direct message to, and I'll just FYI, I'm not going to read what they said, but I'm going to read what I said. I said, I posted a video and I really hope you get a chance to see it. I owe you an apology and I wanted to make sure you got it, but know that I am truly sorry for how I responded to you. I was out of line for the way I spoke with you. You definitely did not deserve me taking out my frustrations on you on my live. Right? So I sent that person a direct message. I also apologized on the video. That person took my message and put that message in their Fuck Santana group chat and said, hey, what should we say? So after I reached out and I sent that message and being genuine, being apologetic, they decided, the Fuck Santana chat decided that they were going to come up with a message to send back to me. So they sent a message back, and the gist of it is your message, your apology is not good enough. You should have came to me in private. You need to do more. All right. And then, as they saw that I was engaging with people on the post, They made a decision that they were gonna fuck with Santana, see how many of them could get me to block them, right? Again, for anyone that knows me, I'm not really like someone who blocks people. My mods, you know, hey, shout out to the mods. Listen, my mods don't play those games. My mods do not play those games. They will block the shit out of you. But my mods block people, but I don't normally block people, but I did block one person because, again, I'm not going to deal with this troll. But they saw that I was engaging and they said, oh, he's quote unquote nervous. And let's see how much we can push him and how much we can do and how many people he's willing to block. Yeah. So they decided to come on multiple accounts, right? They had their spam accounts. They had their troll accounts. They came on multiple accounts and they posted different things from different accounts, the same people. And they bragged about it in this group chat. They literally, one person specifically said, let's see. I'll just stir up more shit because hold on. I'll just stir up more shit because what else can I do? I'm bored. That's what they said. I'll just stir up more shit. What else can I do? I'm bored. All right. So they continue to post. They continue to put other shit on the actual post that I put out. Right. And for me, like fucking with me, that doesn't bother me. But something that actually pissed me off and really got my attention is when they started attacking people in my community. And I've said this to my community over and over and over and over and over before. I don't want you to defend me. That's not your responsibility. That's not your role. I love you all. I appreciate everyone that's in my community, but that's not who you are, and that's not what you should have to do. I've said this over and over because there's times where people come up on the live and they'll be like, oh, you're just a grifter. What do you do? What do you do? And immediately I get people who are part of our community that we've done things for and with, and they immediately try to hop in the box to say, well, Santana did this or we did that or whatever. And I refuse, because when you do something, it's not for like admiration or praise or anything like that. It's to try to do something good for people. So if you're a part of our community and we help you, at no point are we going to use you as an example of like, we did this for this person. Now, there is one person that I was absolutely stunned to share some great news about that we did mutual aid for one time and helped them in a really tough situation. They were able to turn this around. Now, this was on them, but they were able to turn everything around and then purchase their own home. Right. That was fucking huge. And I wanted to share that because it was a big deal. But outside of that, if you're a part of my community, there'll never be a situation where I will ever let you, one, stand in front of me as a shield, because that's not your role. And two, you should never, ever, ever have to share what was done for you. That's not for anyone else. That's for you. That's for us. So for someone to, I don't know if they knew that about me or whatever, but to weaponize the fact that I care about different communities, I'm quite passionate about other marginalized communities. I'm quite passionate about defending women, specifically Black women, because I have 4 older sisters. I was raised by my mom, and I'm married to a Black woman. So I do any and everything that I can to advocate for women, and especially Black women. I care about the queer community because some of the most important people that I love, some of the most important people to me, they're part of the queer community. I have some super close people to me that are transgender. I care about them. I care about the disabled community because, again, they're someone who not only is super important to me in my community, but I have family members that are disabled in different ways. Hell, my father was a part of the disabled community. Never shared that with anyone on live. That's something that Kay didn't even know. So I care about other marginalized communities. Other marginalized communities that's not the one that I'm a part of. Because yes, I'm Black, right? Yes, Black man from the South. I've said that a million times. But I care about other communities. And so someone made a decision to weaponize the fact that I care about other communities and to say, hey, you were engaging in ableism and you need to fix it. And I was like, fuck, I did, I will. But they weaponize my care for other communities for their own gains, specifically saying, I never liked Santana anyway. And this was just their opportunity. So that was the thing that bothered me. The fact that they're disingenuous, that's the thing that bothers me. Like, I can do a lot of things. And if for anyone who's seen me debate, you guys know for a fact, that, like, I can talk to racists. Hell, I've talked to Nazis. I can have a conversation with just about anyone. But the people that I don't talk to are people that's disingenuous. The reason why every time Kenneth comes into my live and Kenneth is not allowed on my platform anymore is because I recognize that he was disingenuous. It's not because he says he's Blacka. It's because I recognize he was disingenuous and I will not do disingenuous. Right? Can't do it, won't do it. So they were disingenuous. They weaponized my care for other communities for their own games, and then they attacked the people in my community. They specifically talked trash to people in my community that, again, were not necessarily sticking up for me, and they were saying how they felt about the entire situation. But anytime that anyone said anything that wasn't negative, they attacked them. And with all 3 of those things, I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed, and I said, I absolutely refuse to allow this to continue. Welcome in, Parker Ray. Welcome in, Parker and Matt Ray. Listen, guys, not gonna hold you. This is a very serious and kind of heavy live, but it's important. Super important. So these people made a decision to weaponize the fact that I care about other communities. They had a grudge, and they made a decision to do what they did. Now, again, I don't really give two shits as far as people bashing me. All right. I'm going to be honest. Anyone that knows me, literally, I had someone texting me last night, right? As everything was going on, and they were texting me, and they were like, hey, but whether it's people that host lives, whether it's people that post videos, whether it's people that actually, get out in the community and advocate, no matter who it is. When we put ourselves in the public eye and we put ourselves in the public square, we understand the attention that we're putting on ourselves. And if you're a good person, you understand what responsibility you have with that type of attention and with that type of community, to people that are like out and about and around. Since we are willing to share that with other people, they think for some reason that they have the ability to control us, not only to control us, but to actually demand for us to bend to their will. And again, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with calling for accountability. Hell, if you're truly a part of someone's community, you need to hold them accountable. Without accountability, you end up with stuff like a missing bus that never shows up. Right? That's what happens when there's no accountability. But there's a difference between accountability and thinking that you dictate or control what the person that you're viewing should do. You're never going to please everyone. It just doesn't work that way. And I get it. I try to make sure that I do everything the best way possible, but I also understand that you're never going to please everyone. And no matter what we do, there's always going to be someone who would either do something differently, wish that you would not have done something, or is going to say you need to do more. But when there's a group of people who think that they can weaponize their voice and force a creator to do A, B, or C, that's unacceptable. Especially when you're not doing it for the good of the community, but for your own gain. So if you think that, we're going to spam this person's live, we're going to spam this person's video, we're going to come on multiple accounts, and we're going to do this until this person responds this way. Listen, I have seen some of the best people that I know on this app be moved by their chat, their Discord, their inbox, all of this other stuff. And I've seen them twist themselves into knots to try to get approval from certain people who actually don't want accountability. They want blood. That's the problem. Some people don't want accountability, they want blood. That's a problem. Because when you reach that point, nothing good will ever come from that. So again, I say to anyone that's listening, to anyone that is actually a part of any communities, whether you're a part of Erica's community, whether you're a part of Fact's community, whether you're part of Carbon's community, whether you're part of Parker's community, whether you're part of Zeus community, whether you're part of Dean's community, whether you're a part of, Brett's community, whether you're part of my community. Hold us accountable. Hold us accountable. If we fuck up, hold us accountable. But understand that there's a difference between accountability and wanting blood. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about this group of people, right? Something super interesting about this group of people is that I found that this group of people apparently just don't like not only me, but multiple creators. They're a part of different Discords, and they don't like the people who Discord they're in. That's weird. They're a part of different communities, but they don't like the people who started the community. That's weird. Because I tell you what, if I don't fuck with Erica, if I don't like what Erica's saying, if I'm not a fan of her, I'm not going to be in her Discord. I'm not going to watch her lives. I'm not going to respond to her videos. Why would I do that? That doesn't make sense. So the last thing I'll say about that is, like, if you genuinely don't want to be a part of my community, I can only speak for me at this point. Just FYI, when I said Erica, I'm just calling Erica's name because I know I can, and like there's like no shits with me calling out Erica's name. That's it. There's nothing that happened to Erica. I just know that I could say her name and like there won't be any issues, right? But this is for people that's in my community, because I can't speak for other people's community. But if you're a part of my community and you don't want to be here, because we want you to be here. We want you to engage. We want you to grow. We want you to learn. But if you don't want to be here, I respect that. But don't try to poison the well. There's plenty of people that come into our community and they want to learn, they want to be better, they want to find a group of people that share some of their same morals, their principles, their foundation, and they want to go from there. Don't try to poison the well for other people that are interested in growing. Again, if it's about accountability for me, bring it to my front door, not my front door specifically. You guys know who to reach out to if you got some shits to say about me, because she definitely, lets me know. But specifically, if you have like constructive feedback, then like give it to me. But don't poison the well for other people that are trying to find community and people that are trying to grow. And last but not least, I want to call out the age of the people. Not specifically saying the exact age, but I will say these were younger people. Now, when I say this, I'm 38 years old, right? 38 years old, and I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm someone who has lived life, multiple lives, right? And there are some remarkable people that I've engaged with on this app, and they're young, they're super young. right? Just off the top of my head, I know for a fact that Jaden, Parker, Dean, I think all three of them are younger than, they're like 24 or younger, right? And I was having a conversation with someone else, and they was like, "Yeah, you know that like these people are closer to the age of your kids than they are to the age of you." And I was like, "Holy shit, you're right." Oh, okay. Well, Jaden's still young. He's still young. They're closer to the age of your kids than they are to you. And I was like, "Huh, that's true." And I said this to the person that I was speaking with last night, right? And I mean this. I said, "Listen, I was their age once, so I get it. I give grace to the youth. I'm harder on myself because with age comes wisdom, and I'm supposed to use that wisdom. As I get older, I learn, I grow, and I have to actually be better because of wisdom. When you're younger, I know for a fact that I fucked up a lot. So I'm sure the people that I am speaking about, they're listening. I'm going to leave you with this. I don't blame you for what you did. I don't hold it against you. Hell, I'm not even upset anymore. I'm not. Shout out to Kay for delaying me, because like I saw something and I was like, fuck it, I'm going live. And Kay was like, I need time. So shout out to her for that, because I was hot earlier. But I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just going to say I was where you were when I was your age, and I hope you grow to be better. Because not everyone can have maturity of some of the younger creators that we see on this live that actually get held to a super high standard, whether it's, like I said, Jaden, Dean, or Parker, all three of those young men. And I know that I'm leaving out other people. I can't think of other people's ages right off the top of my head. I know there's like some amazing women that do this as well. I think, hell, how old is Eli? Like there's a bunch of young people regardless, but I can only imagine if I were their age and trying to do what they do, trying to do what I do at their age. That's fucking insane. So the fact that they're able to navigate like all of this at that age is even more impressive to me. So to the young people that did what they did, it's okay. It's fine. Just be better. I'll make a deal with you. Specifically to you young people. If you promise to be better, I promise to be better. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Because no one's perfect. No one's above reproach. And no one should ever be in a situation where they can't say that they fucked up. So if you be better, I'll be better, we'll be better together. Let's make that deal. And that's what I got. That's all that I got. Tis it, tis all. I apologize that I spent so much time rambling, but I kind of build up, right? It's kind of like a fucking plane, right? I got to get on the runway and I got to, and then take off. We went 30,000 feet in the air and now we're coming back down. That's all that I have. That being said, I want to extend one more apology to anyone that's a part of the disabled community, anyone living with a disability. I know that what I did was unintentional, but I'm still sorry. I know what I did was something that might have been harmful. And at the time, I did not know better. But since I know better, I will do better. Period. I know more, so I will do more. That's it. I'm sorry, and I love you. With that being said, right? I mean, that's pretty much all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. So, how about them Cowboys? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't really have a good way to end this, but it is what it is. For anyone that is wondering what happened, what was the conversation, anything that was missed, I'm live on YouTube and the video will be there in perpetuity. Also, go check out that 20-minute video on my page. Quick plug, fuck that. When creators make these videos, watch the videos. Watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, comment on the videos, watch the entire video. Maybe not the 20-minute video, right? Because, okay, 20 minutes, that's a lot. Like, who the fuck has time to watch? That's a whole One Piece episode. That's a whole One Piece episode, right? But, when creators make these 1 minute, 30-second videos, these 2-minute videos, hell, these 3-minute videos, watch the entire video and engage in the entire video. Because it takes hours just to make that 2 to 3 minute video. It takes hours. So there's that. Anyway, if anyone is questioning what happened, want to get feedback or anything like that, go check out that video that's pinned on my page. I think it's the first pinned video. And then also you can go over to the YouTubes and catch the whole live from beginning to end there. That being said, I will be back later tonight for some debates because fuck it, we ball, right? Feeling scrappy do. I'm going to get out of here. And I just want to say, if you can't do something nice for yourself, do something nice for someone else. And now, I'm going to get out of here and say I love you guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. You're fucking awesome. And there's no way that I would be able to do what I do without you. There's no way that I would be where I am without you. Literally, you guys made me. Each and every one of you made me. And I appreciate you. I love you all. And as always, peace.
Yeah, bro.
I do.